everyone and welcome back to my channel, or if you are here for the first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Katarina and today I'm going to do a review on this Smashbox Studio Skin 15-hour hydrating foundation. What a name is that? I bought this foundation a few weeks back. I bought this because a couple of my favorite YouTubers, Tashina Combs and Liv Loves Her Makeup, both did include this on their favorite videos. So I wanted to try it. My skin type is a little bit different to them. Usually I'm a little bit more oily, but now that it's winter I'm like normal combo. My skin is so weird. In one day it is like dry and next day I will have breakout and it's oily. But now that it's winter, my skin is mainly like normal combos. First I want to talk about Smashbox as brand. They are cruelty free and they are Logical Harmony approved brand, but they are owned by a non-cruelty free parent company, so they are owned by Estee Lauder. And their vegan product list is on Logical Harmony. I don't think Smashbox labels their vegan products themselves. Of course, this foundation is vegan, all the shades of this are vegan. Smashbox is a brand that is sold in Sephora, but in Finland there is no Sephora here, but Smashbox is here sold in Kicks. The price of this foundation is in Smashbox website $42 and in Kicks website it is 39 and 50 euros. I bought it from Kicks and it was on sale. Kicks had 20% off from all of their foundations. So I paid about 31 euros of this one. This foundation has 22 shades and the shade selection seems to be quite good from light to deep. Here is some claims of this foundation from Smashbox website. Medium to full buildable coverage with a natural matte finish. Blurs imperfections with light diffusing spheres. Stays put for 15 hours. Lightweight, comfortable feel. No touch-ups required. Exercise resistant. Ideal for all skin types. When something claims to be ideal for all skin types, it's usually something that I don't believe it. But, however, I must say that I think this one is as close as it can get to be ideal for all skin types. I think this will be very good foundation for multiple skin types. The consistency of this is a little bit weird. It is almost like a slimy consistency. So that affects to the finish of this and that affects also to the application. I tried to apply this with a foundation brush, like buffing type of brush, but I really don't think because of the consistency that this is good with a brush. It looks extremely streaky and because it's so slimy feeling, it looks like it's just gliding on top of the face. It doesn't blend in. So that's why I like to apply this with a damp sponge and I really want to like dab and press it into skin. Also, because of the weird consistency of this one is extremely sticky and tacky when applied. That is something for me that turns me off very bad. It's so tacky that if I touch it, I feel like there comes foundation off my face, and also I wouldn't put, you know, any type of powder contour, anything like that to my face if I have this tacky foundation. So I do need to use quite a lot of finely melted finishing powder to take off the tacky feeling, but when it is set, it does look very nice. This foundation claims to be like a natural matte finish. I think it would be a natural matte finish if it wasn't so tacky that I really need to use quite a lot of powder. So because I need to use that much powder, it becomes really a matte finish. I really wish it would not be that tacky. But I do think this looks very nice on the skin. It really looks like soft and smooth. The coverage of this, I would say, is like a nice medium coverage. You can build it up a little bit, but it's not a full coverage foundation, even though this says that it is like medium to full buildable. Even with 2 coats of this, there still is some redness peeking through my, you know, scarring and breakout areas. I don't think it's a full coverage, but I think it's a nice medium coverage. something like what I like to wear everyday basis. With this one I like that it doesn't cling on to, like if I have dry patches, if I have breakouts, if I have anything like that, it doesn't cling onto them. That is very good for combo skin, because I may have breakout somewhere, but in other place I may have a dry patch. And I think this really is good for both of them. And I must say that the lasting power of this one really surprised me. I really didn't expect the lasting power to be very amazing. It says that it is 15-hour wear. It is a long wear. Some days I may get a little bit oily on the T-zone, but I don't think this one moves. It doesn't start to look cakey. Some foundations that are long lasting starts to look cakey during the day. This one doesn't. I really think it looks almost like when it was applied after many hours. I really do like the lasting power of this one. And what I have noticed with this one is that it doesn't set into my fine lines. For me, that is not like that big of a deal, you know. We all have fine lines and I am not that uncomfortable of those. But I do notice with many foundations that they do set in fine lines here on the next of my mouth. This one does not. So yeah, that's really nice. So, do I like this foundation? Yes, I do like this. I don't absolutely love this. I have used better foundations, and for this price tag I don't think I would repurchase this. Because if I'm going to spend this much money on foundation, I really want to love the foundation. I like using this, I enjoy it, and I'm happy to use the whole foundation up, but I still don't see myself repurchasing this one. The main reason is that this is so tacky. I don't like the tacky factor of this one. It's just something that turns me off so bad. Another thing that turns me off is if foundation oxidizes. This one does not oxidize. What comes to claim of this foundation, that it says to be ideal for all skin types, I maybe wouldn't recommend this to extremely oily skin, and I do not see myself using this one in summertime, but now that it is winter I really enjoy this. Also, if your skin is very dry, I don't think this one, you know, clings to dryness of your face, and this really feels nice. But the fact that you do need to set this one with powder, unless you like your foundation being extremely tacky, that may be something you want to consider. Okay, so that's all I wanted to tell you about this foundation. I do have a demo of me applying this, and I will do a couple of check-ins during the day. If you want to see the demo, here we go. I have already moisturized my skin, and my skin is in quite okay condition right now. I had a breakout here, but it's better now, but there definitely is some redness. But I think, you know, when your skin is like this condition, there is a little bit redness, it's really good to test out foundation, because now you can see what the coverage of the foundation really is. I really cannot know how my skin is going to act today. As I said in the review parts, my skin does whatever it likes to, and I really don't know. But let's start with priming my face. I'm going to prime my face with the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Primer. This primer is something that is really good with, I think, all of the foundations. I personally like these silicone feeling primers. They smooth my skin so nicely, and you know, foundation looks beautiful on top of them. Okay, then let's put on this foundation. So I have this foundation in the shade 1.0. The Lady in the Kicks matched me. I think this is like the best match of this foundation I could have. However, it will be a little bit more orangey than my skin. One pump is that much product. As you see, it is not that much compared to many other foundations. As you see, it is a little bit liquidy, slidey type of foundation, but it feels a little bit weird. And I do think I have to put quite much of this to get the best coverage I can. So I will put one pump to my other cheek. My cheeks are, you know, the area where I have most something to cover, because there is some scarring. Usually if I do have breakouts, they are in my cheeks. So one pump to each cheek. Then I'm going to take one pump and put it on my chin and my nose. And finally one pump to my forehead. This one I can definitely not blend in with brush, because the consistency is very weird, and I think the brush just slides on the foundation weirdly. I definitely prefer like dabbing this foundation on with a damp sponge, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so now I do have one layer of this foundation around my face. I can definitely see some redness peeking through here. So I'm going to put one pump more of this foundation to my cheek areas. There is no reason to put it everywhere else because I am happy with the coverage all over my face. But to my cheeks I'm going to use just a little bit more of this foundation. Okay, so now I do have one layer all over my face and two layers in my cheeks, and I definitely think the second layer did cover up my redness here a lot better, but I don't still think it's a full coverage. Like, I definitely can see some redness and darkness, but not that much than with one layer. I think the shade is quite okay for me. So compared to my hand, I know, you shouldn't compare to your hand, but I do have, this top today that I cannot see my chest, and my chest and my hand are the same color. So here you can see maybe that, my hand is, it is more yellow. So not a perfect match, but nobody's really going to notice this. It's so slight difference. I'm going to put concealer out of the camera, so I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape concealer in Fair Neutral, and I will be right back. Okay, so I do have now concealer on. Concealer, I think, makes me look a little bit crazy because it is a little bit too light, but I have almost finished it up. So I really like how my skin is looking. But I do not like how it's feeling. It feels extremely tacky. This is definitely something you want to set. So I'm going to use my e.l.f. HD loose powder, and this one is just a white translucent powder. So I do think I need to use quite much of this powder to set this. I'm first setting my under eyes. I use different brush there because it is a smaller area. But I think this powder works both on under eyes and on whole face. And now I'm going to set all of my face with one coat of this powder. Okay, I do have now one coat of this powder. I think my skin feels quite alright now. I think I wanna put just a little bit more powder on my cheeks. Now that my skin is all finished with a powder, I think the tackiness is all gone away. Okay, so I'm going to finish my makeup outside of the camera, so see you soon. Okay, so I did finish up my makeup. I really am not a fan of the contour in my forehead. I always do too much when I'm not tanned. I did set my face with Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. I just got a new one. I wanted to mention this because some do think that this one does affect the lasting of your makeup. I do not think so. I just think that this sets your face beautifully and takes off the powderiness. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to film the review part that you already saw in the beginning of this video. Then I will be doing some cleaning up, and I will do a check-in in little before 4 p.m. So it's currently 11:30 a.m. and I think I will do the check-in in about 4 hours. So we'll see then. Hello, it's currently almost 4 p.m. so this foundation has been on my face 4.5 hours. So I really like how it's looking. I'm definitely having like a normal skin day today. I haven't gotten oily at all, at least yet. We'll see if I get oilier later. But my skin feels maybe a little bit, it could be a little bit more moisturized. It hasn't set into my fine lines, nothing to complain. Now I'm going to take my dog out, and after that I'm getting my husband from Helsinki-Vantaa airport. It's a couple of hours drive to there, and after I come home we'll see how the foundation is doing and we will do the last check-in. Hello, so it's now 9 p.m. and I'm so tired. I just got my husband from airport, so I want to just take my makeup off and go to sleep. So the foundation has lasted very well. It was quite warm in the car because it's freezing outside, so I like that it's warm in the car. So I did get a little bit warm. I have just a little bit oiliness here in my forehead, nothing too bad, but overall the foundation is doing very well. And it has been on about 10 hours now, so really happy with the result. But I am so super tired, I just want to go to sleep, so yeah, this is what it looks like after 10 hours. Okay, so that was the full-on review of this foundation. If I forgot to mention something you are wondering, please comment down below and ask me, so I will try my best to answer your question. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, I hope you find it helpful. Thank you so much and see you in my next video. Bye bye!